The DBZ franchise really needs to change its games because these last couple games that have come out have been like really bad. Let's go ahead and talk about the last game that came out, Ultimate Tenkaichi. I mean, man, could it get much worse than that? I mean, look at the game. The game is only two buttons, X and Y. It's a guessing game. You have a 50% chance of guessing the button that they're going to hit, and you can counterattack, and you can start your own attack. And then they do the same combos every single time you hit somebody. You got melee range, you got blast range, and they messed that up because you shoot a couple key blasts, and next thing you know, you teleporting to them, and you start hitting them, and the cycle just repeats and repeats. The game was so trash. The creative fighter was the best thing on there. Other than that, everything else was just a waste. The combat system may have been one of the worst combat systems I've ever seen in a video game. Like, it don't make no sense. So we got Cell versus Android 17 here, who had started off. But Ultimate Tenkaichi, what a waste of I like the graphics of the game, but the gameplay was just so trash. Which is part of the reason why I couldn't even finish the whole walkthrough of it. It was just terrible. I didn't even feel like playing the rest of the game. It was so bad. The fighting style really turned me off. Raging Blast 2 wasn't necessarily a bad game. I think the story mode was just short, and it lacked. Well, not even a story mode. Excuse me. I think they needed a story mode. I'm thinking about Raging Blast 1. Raging Blast 2 had Galaxy mode, which was really shallow. It wasn't even a story mode. And there was just some missions that you had to run through and beat, and for the most part, 85% of them were really easy to beat. The online, I enjoyed. I really did enjoy the online. The combos were pretty decent. The fighting style was decent. You know, the engagements were decent. The teleports, you have to time your if you want to teleport a move or dash, and you know, it felt good. Raging Blast 1 is where the story mode was short. The combos were kind of dry and weak, but it's still better than Tenkaichi. Like, Raging Blast 2 had a lot of characters. Raging Blast 1 is limited in its characters, which is another thing that Ultimate Tenkaichi does lacks its characters. But yeah, Raging Blast lacks characters. Raging Blast 2 they improved on, as I failed on this perfect barrier. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I thought I was going to do a Kamehameha. But yeah. And then you look at Burst Limit. Burst Limit is probably the best looking one graphically out of all the ones I've mentioned. But but it was like what, like 10 to 15 characters on there? Like, what? What kind of Dragon Ball Z game are you with 10 to 15 characters? Like, I think they try to make it too much like the Budokai series, and it just doesn't live up to the Budokai series. And I go ahead and get free of some heavy duty work here after this little confrontation. It really does lack. Like, Burst Limit probably, if I had to rank the games in order of the ones I just said, I would put Raging Blast 2, Burst Limit, Raging Blast 1, and Ultimate Tenkaichi. Burst Limit had potential, and I'm not necessarily a fan of those 2D platform fighting. I'm more of the 3D free roaming, which is why I personally like the Tenkaichi series better than the Budokai series. I mean, they're both good in their own way, but it's just preference. I like the more of the free roaming. And I know a lot of people that I know, at least a lot of my subscribers and fans, will say they like the Budokai series because of the 2D platform. You can't just run all over the map. All the action is right there in front of you. So it's a preference. So what do you guys like out of the games that I just mentioned? If we had to vote in order, we got Raging Blast series 1 and 2. You got Ultimate Tenkaichi and Burst Limit. Out of those games, what do you think was the best one? And rank the 4. Now this one they got coming up for Connect really look like it's gonna suck, as I did a review, and I don't really know if that, well, not a review, but just a trailer impression, and it just looks terrible. And once again, this perfect barrier is a fail. But yeah, so I don't know what this Tenkaichi, this DBZ for Connect mess is gonna be as I go ahead and win here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. See ya.